Hey Chris, how are you going?
Good, thanks, Leanne. How are you?
Yeah, going really, really well. I wanted to check in and just see how you were coping with what is our new normal. I know for everybody that is involved in all of the REI committees already know exactly what you do, but why don't you, for the others, why don't you tell everybody what your role is all about?
Sure, Leanne. Look, as the Committee Executive for the Real Estate Institute of New South Wales, my role is to help guide and steer the chapters themselves, but their heads. Their heads are the committees. So each scope of practice is represented by a chapter, and that chapter is represented by a committee. So the committees are a group of dedicated professionals that have raised their hand. They're volunteers. They don't get paid. They give their time free, and it's basically a job whereby they lead and steer their actual scope of practice. They're the voice of the actual chapters. And my role, is being involved with them and helping them deliver on various things, you know, whether it be legislation. This is a classic time to see the strength of committee members, to acknowledge what they do in terms of their day-to-day practice, but they bring that wealth of experience to the arguments and issues that we're facing on a day-to-day basis, and particularly at times like this. They help with article work, they help with webinars, they help with training materials. They're great people that give, as I say, as volunteers. They don't get paid, and they're doing this for the love of their industry. One of the phrases I often hear is, I want to give back to my industry, and that's what all the committee members have as their sort of MO.
Yeah, they are. You have got an incredible group of people across all of the different chapters. I know the property management chapter did enormous amounts of work for the Residential Tenancies Act, and didn't that come in on a good day of the year? That 23rd of March will be forever etched in our brains, won't it?
And I tell you what, the committee, and particularly the RTA subcommittee, I think if they looked at it and wondered about therapy, they probably could, assume some role in a therapy role, because they've had to give so much guidance, and they were bastions of information for fair trading. Let's keep that in mind. Happened there was fair trading drew down on their knowledge and their expertise, and that was an essential.
It was, and I don't think a lot of agents out there in the field realise just how much time and effort and work goes into those consultation conversations, as well as the lobbying conversations that we all have with government. So we would be absolutely lost without the expertise of all of the different chapters.
Exactly, the committee members themselves. They're our go-to people. We have that ability to test with them thought processes. What if we were to fight for this? What would that represent? How would this impact your day business? Is this the correct thing for our consumer, our clients, our landlords, our tenants, our purchasers, our vendors? What are the things that matter most? So we rely on them to give us that face-to-face frontline experience, and their decisions then help guide and steer what will be best for the industry. So their input is absolutely paramount and invaluable.
Yeah. And so tell me, how are you finding, because I know you're in the middle of committee meetings at the moment, how are you finding doing them by Zoom or go to webinar or whatever you can do?
All right, well, look, Yeah, Zoom. We did our first property management chapter committee meeting, Leanne, last week via Zoom. It's a very big committee, and we had my staff involved as well. And it was interesting. I'll be the first to admit I was nervous Nelly where that was concerned, because I'm not a fan of technology. I know it's so important in our realm. It went really well. In fact, the committee were great. They actually seem to fit right in that space. And one of the things that's come out of this, with a bit of a silver lining, is that it can work. It isn't for the faint-hearted initially, particularly when you want meetings to run well, and that is my charter. I was absolutely, really concerned about it, but it went really well. And I saw in the committee members themselves a real sense of attachment to the process. It wasn't scary for them. So I think a silver lining here is that moving forward, particularly ad hoc meetings, we could do like this when we have to do something quickly and on the hop. opposed to our normal scheduled meetings every year, our scheduled meetings. So, yeah, look, I don't think it would ever replace that face-to-face contact and being in a room with someone. That's just a different ball. But it is a plus, and it did work, and I'm looking forward to the ongoing meetings now. The next one's auctioneers, and that'll be fun because they love to have a chat and a joke and a laugh amidst the work. Looking forward to that one. Yeah, no, it's going fantastic. Okay.
That's good. So you mentioned that was a bit of a silver lining. Any other silver linings that have come out of this? Because you know, we all got thrown into this without any preparation. Anything good that's come out of it?
Yeah, big one for me. I knew it was always there because I see it day to day in my committee members, and I see their commitment to the industry and what they do as committee members. But I'm it's so overwhelmed with joy at the collaboration and the willingness to share. They're amazing people. You know? They're sharing things with us. They're sharing things with each other. They're helping one another. The lines of communication are so open. I've never seen so much email banter. And some questions and I don't know what to do here. Has anyone got something that could help me with this? I'm just, overjoyed at the degree of collaboration that I'm seeing in the committee members. And I don't think it's just contained in that environment. I think this is something that I would imagine is going on in the broader community, the broader agent community.
Definitely. I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. There's a lot of collaboration going on, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic, Leanne. Really, really good. And it's good to see. You know, the real estate industry is a very, very busy and hard-working industry, and to see people actually reaching out but having response from colleagues and other agents, competitors, you know, that's a nice thing to see.
Yeah, it really is. Well, it's good to see you with a smile on your face. I'm glad you're coping with this whole working from home thing, and you're still managing to collaborate with all of your committees. That's amazing. So thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to have a chat.
Oh, look, it's my pleasure, Leanne, and thank you for asking me. And I hope the rest of your day is as good as the morning.
Yeah, me too. Thanks. See you later.
Bye.